Would you give it all up for the adventure of a lifetime?
Keep this.
But wait, how can we afford this? Let's go to Portugal and learn about getting fired. Plus, we'll share 3 tips on managing money and health. And stick around till the end where we'll share a special scholarship opportunity. And when we say fired, we don't mean losing your job. That sucks. We mean fired.
So what is FIRE?
What is FIRE? Financial independence, retire early, or as some people say, FI, financial independence. And the clearest definition of financial independence to me is you no longer have to work for a paycheck.
So whenever someone told me, oh, retirement is this special number or this age you've reached, we would always push back and say retirement is when you have enough income or money to sustain your life that you no longer need to trade your time for money.
Ooh, so that is financial independence. And where does the retire early come in?
Retire early means that you stop working.
So it's as simple as that.
There are plenty of videos out there going into the details of the FIRE movement. But in this video, we're doing something even better. We're offering one of you a scholarship to join the 365 Days to FIRE program.
So what is 365 Days to FIRE? 365 Days to FIRE is why we're here in Portugal. So this is a program run by Our Risk Journey. They have a program where you basically for a year with a group of wonderful people learn all about financial independence. And I like this program because even if you're at the very beginning or even if you're about to retire, it is applicable to you. You get to learn so much. If you have no idea, if you just want to have a little bit of control over your finances, knowledge, or just feel a sense of financial stability. Christina and Aman from Our Risk Journey did an amazing job putting this educational program together.
I will add to that, they can take someone with 0 financial literacy and scale you up by the end of a year to be able to have a complete plan in place for how you're going to achieve FIRE. And that is phenomenal. I mean, down to every little detail. They've left no stone unturned. They've thought of everything.
Not only that, but they have a built-in community, from the communication channels to a cohort group, depending on your time zone. And this is another thing I really love about them. This program can be taken by anybody around the world.
There's people from Australia, the Americas, people, the UK, Africa. There's people from all over the world. So it's really global.
It is a wonderful program. And not only that, the 365 Days to FIRE program includes tickets to attend the 5 meetups in Portugal.
And we've made connections, and those connections are invaluable. Everyone remembers the time of COVID when everything was on, Zoom, and meeting someone in person, you get 1,000 times more interaction and more connection from it. So we got to meet people and we made some amazing, beautiful friendships that we will be maintaining for the rest of our lives.
Friendships we are treasuring and so happy to have. So why does this matter? Well, I, for one, am a big believer that if you have big goals, you have dreams, it is important to have community. That was one of the main reasons we came to Portugal, to make sure to establish our community and keep focused on what it is that we want out of our financial life, especially while managing long-term healthcare needs. One of the things that is invaluable about communities is if you have a question, most of the time, someone will have an answer. Others managing chronic conditions. We met other real estate investors, people that wanted nothing to do with real estate. We met quite a few people that are creating content, and then others that are just traveling the world or moving to Portugal. So if you had a question, someone might be able to answer it, and someone that shares our financial goals.
And it's also invaluable to have someone to talk about these things with. Far too often we talk about financial independence with some of our friends or other connections, and they're maybe not aware of it. I've heard that they thought maybe it's a gimmick.
Or maybe they thought it was not possible for them. However, as Christina and Aman have shown us, it is possible for anyone. You can go ahead, Our Risk Journey, we'll link their channel below, but they have an incredible story about reaching FIRE in 8 years while holding government jobs. So this isn't for the rich and famous. This is for anyone out there. The biggest thing about FIRE that I want to communicate is it is never too early. It is never too late. We arrived at Lisboa, and we met someone who was celebrating their 18th birthday and already was invested in real estate, and someone in their 60s that were preparing their retirement and joined the program to make sure all their ducks were in a row. So there are all kinds of paths here. It is always the right time to increase your financial literacy, something that our education system really is not providing.
And that leads us to our 3 tips.
on managing money and health. Tip number 1.
Are you going on vacation soon? You should consider pairing that vacation with some medical tourism.
Medical tourism. I mean, whether you're going to Europe or you're going on a dream beach vacation, look into what is available that you can do abroad. A great example is we met someone that was recently going to Italy for other reasons and then thought, I have an $800 prescription that my insurance has still not approved. Can I get this in Italy? And lo and behold, she got this prescription and a doctor consultation all for 60 euros in Italy.
That's just amazing.
That blows my mind every time I think about it. And remember, this prescription, she already saw the doctor and it's just in the insurance
Black
hole. Insurance, what is it, like no man's land?
Yeah. And then she got it here or in Italy for less than 10% of what it would have cost in the US.
With the consultation.
With the consultation. And that's out of pocket.
In less than a week's time.
And that's out of pocket.
Yes. So again, if you're coming to Europe or going on that dream beach vacation, look around. Maybe you want to get extensive blood work and have your doctor back in the US look at it, or you want to get some acupuncture or imaging and a consultation abroad. Look to see what that entails.
Tip number 2.
Tip number 2. Okay, so I'm a big believer, define your healthcare needs. Sometimes, more often than not, we go to the doctor, we get a prescription, and we think that is the end of it. So when managing long-term healthcare, when managing our wellness, when making sure we are our best selves, oftentimes a doctor's visit and a prescription, it's not the only thing we need. For example, is a gym membership part of your healthcare need? Maybe acupuncture or maybe massage therapy. If these things would increase your quality of life, then they are part of your healthcare needs. And once you really define your healthcare needs, add it into your budgets. Find a way, because this is quality of life. And as my cousin says, health is wealth.
That's right.
Do you want to talk about the great example of this? For years,
it was on me to massage Carolyn. And it got to the point where my hands would just cramp up and I was like, I just cannot do this every day. So we went and got ourselves a percussion massager. In this case, this is a Theragun Mini. We have the large one, but when we travel, we always make sure to bring the Theragun Mini. So this little guy right here is amazing. Lifesaver, hand saver, probably saved me from carpal tunnel.
What would happen is Kyle would give me this extensive massage and then he was in pain and I would be like, okay, can I massage you a little? And it was just not working out. And of course the Theragun helps quite a bit. But eventually we decided that massages were part of my healthcare. So we started adding it to our budget. My quality of life increased substantially. Raul was happy, I was happy, and honestly, my pain was so much more manageable and my overall health, stress, everything just really became comprehensive. Well, I was actually gonna add, when looking into some of these treatments, also remember that acupuncture clinics sometimes have massage therapists, chiropractors also sometimes have massage therapists, and the fact that their prices are more for healthcare management. So you can add that into your budget without also having to pay the steep fees and tips for a spa experience. So I would also add that, separating things like massage therapy from healthcare to spa experience, and then really looking at which one you need and budgeting for that experience.
Tip number 3, plan ahead. Yes, look at your parents, look at your grandparents. How was their health when they were in their golden years? And then start planning ahead for that unlikely or potential outcome for your golden years. More often than not, healthcare now and in the future can be a significant portion of your finances. So imagine if your nest egg and 50% of that is gone to your healthcare.
Also, consider moving abroad. We were just talking to a family and their healthcare expenses for private insurance are 500 euros
a year.
Well, I should say their healthcare private insurance is 500 euros a year. That is in addition to the national health insurance they get as Portuguese residents. So if you're looking to retire early or later, if you have some chronic conditions now, or you're just looking at your family history, can you move abroad and save on long-term healthcare costs?
So in planning ahead, also consider moving abroad.
Which is what we're doing. As we travel through Central and South America over the next few years, we're really thinking about, can this be our home? And we've considered that a lot about Portugal, and we feel like, yes, it can definitely be our home. We're not quite ready to settle, but who knows in the future? Even with the hills. Actually, I think the hills have forced me to do my physical therapy exercises. All right, so thank you for joining us on our journey with our Rich Journey and their 365 Days to Fire program. While we met with a whole bunch of people pursuing financial independence in Lisboa, beautiful Cascais on the beach, hilly Coimbra, and amazing and beautiful Porto.
By the way, we mentioned something earlier in the video that we're offering a scholarship
to the 365 Days to Fire program. And as I mentioned, it's for anyone at any age, at any part of their journey, whether you're just starting to pay off debt or you're getting ready to retire. This is a beautiful program, so we want to offer a scholarship to someone. Please go to our Instagram and find out the details there. Thank you. Remember, every day is IMA.